Culture Radio, the modern R&B mix show, and live with us now is Cody ChesnuTT. Welcome to Atlanta.
Thank you, brother.
Now this is not your first time in Atlanta now.
Oh, not at all. Well, I'm born and raised here, and I had a show here maybe 2.5, 3 years ago.
One Music Fest.
Not the one, well, that one too, but I was back here. I was actually in this venue about 2.5 years ago.
Nice to go, nice to go. So salute to everybody who knows that your music is soulful.
Thank you.
Is there an exact genre that you will say that you put yourself into?
I grew out of that as an artist many years ago, right? But all I offer people is that, for me, it's rooted in soul. But I draw and pull from everything that influences me. But at the end of the day, it's just music that I feel. And if you had to put it anywhere, I would say definitely it's soul.
Definitely.
That's the root of it.
We love it, we love it. Salute to everybody who's listening. They may have children that are in school and they're going to say, I want my kids to learn one instrument. You know you play guitar. Did you start with guitar?
No, drums was my first instrument. I went from drums to piano and then guitar.
And now in the industry, we have a lot of songwriters and we have so many different musicians. Is it different to be a songwriter who performs or a performer who gets given songs?
I'm not really, it just depends on where the person's coming from, you know. I personally enjoy the whole process. It's one thing for me. You know, I've never really been on the other side where people give me songs. You know, so I can't imagine what that's like, but I love being able to communicate and express exactly what I'm feeling without having to wait for someone else to give it to me. That was one of the reasons why I picked the guitar up, because each time I would go to someone, a producer or instrumentalist, they could never really get what I had in my head out. You know what I mean? So that inspired me to pick up the guitar myself.
Beautiful.
So for me, it's one thing.
Beautiful. One thing. We're talking about our community, our culture. We're going to call it the hip-hop culture.
Gotcha.
And we have to be just as critical about our culture as people who are outside looking at our culture.
Understand?
So, looking at hip-hop in its entirety, with A being passing, great, and then F being failing, where do you see hip-hop culture?
Well, there's so many different facets of it, you know, but I'll say this, I know there's some areas that are excelling at the top of his game. With your brother Talib Kweli, you know, he's part of that ilk, if you will. But there's so much work to be done all across the spectrum, you know, in terms of more mature content and content that's really focused on moving the culture forward instead of moving in a comfortable circle for commerce. You know, that's pretty much how I would approach that and answer that question.
Mine. There's a lot of people who want to be extra critical, but they may not live what you're singing every day. Are they allowed to have their opinion and say, I don't like this? And
everyone's allowed their opinion, my friend. Everyone. That's what makes us human. And it's at that point in time now where we need to respect each other's opinion, respect that, and have a better sense of communication, if you will.
Love it. Only a few more here with Cody ChesnuTT. We are at the Loft, downtown Atlanta. We don't get too many times to talk on a different platform. So obviously there's a camera in front of you and then there's a microphone. We don't always want to know about the music and then the releases. Right. What else would an artist of your stature love to talk to our platform? What's one issue we should be talking about as a community, as a culture?
Well, definitely education. Education and health, we can't get around that because that's the source of everything. So I would say let's focus on the things that we truly can do to enhance those two areas. And I think that'll give some direction as to what needs to happen next. And, I think that's a great starting point.
All right. The question we always do before we move forward is certain things you love in life. You love music. You love your new releases that's coming out in the first quarter, as I heard. But what do you love ultra?
What do I love ultra? My creator and my family.
Thank you for the time. What do you have next? What will we support with our soul? What will we supporting from you next? Purchase
again?
What will we support and purchase from you next?
Well, the next thing will be my body work, my Love Divine degree, which hopefully will be out the first quarter, September the latest. I'm sorry, February the latest. The singles are coming out in February for the album release.
Project. We love it. Thanks for taking the time, Cody.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you for Love Ultra Radio.
Thank you so much for Love Ultra Radio. That's right.